Elvis in eternal peace. I now want to invite Honorable Osoro, our whip in Parliament, to come and introduce the rest of the team. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Anthony Oluoch. My name is Silvanus Osoro, Member of Parliament for South Mogrango and the Majority Whip in the National Assembly. Before I introduce my colleagues who are here, I want to thank you very much for coming to condole with us. When I walked in and was directed to sit where my colleagues are seated, I had two ushers. Of course, one was directing me to sit here, and another one was pulling me towards the family side. So, of course, I know my place, and I went to sit there. But also, one of my colleagues came and tapped me from the back and told me, "Are you high on something? This is the family." I told him, "I'm not high, I'm okay. I mean, I don't take anything." At tender age of 7, I lost my parents. And I maneuvered my way, of course, and you'll forgive a bit of some manners that the way I conduct myself sometimes, because I was a street boy at some point. But by God's grace, we are here. When I needed somebody to take the place of my mother, and that was when I was getting married, Beatrice Elachi stood up and became my mother. And that is why today I stand in the side of the family. She's been a pillar all through, and sometimes, of course, when we disagree, she's the one who takes charge. Even in politics, sometimes I get calls from the Honorable His Excellency Governor Sakaja that, you know, today you were very abrasive. Try to tone down. You know, in Parliament you really talked aggressively. Governor, is because you didn't know the buttons to press. If you press the button through Beatrice, I'll not even speak in Parliament. I'll walk out. And I hardly speak hard when I see her seated on the other side. I'll simply walk out or ignore that there wasn't such a topic. When Mom texted me on sometimes last week, we were actually in the middle of planning something for my family, but she was actually at the center of it. And I wouldn't speak much because perhaps my wife is watching, and it was meant to be a surprise. So when we were talking about it, then she later told me that, you know, your brother has been involved in an accident. And I was actually in the constituency. I said, how do I even make it? She told me, don't mind, even if you come here, you wouldn't see him. Wait until Sunday. Unfortunately, when I was driving back from the constituency, again, I received actually a text. I think it must have been from somebody in the house in the hill that we are receiving this news. Can you please confirm? So I didn't respond because I tried to call her. She wasn't picking. Then I was informed later that indeed Elvis has gone to be the Lord. It's quite unfortunate. It's the wish of every parent to have their child bury them. That at 26, the young man had embraced several of his siblings, because it's important it will interest you to know that Honorable Elachi takes care of so many adoptive kids. So many. And it is people like Elvis that gave her that space of being receptive of other people. And I'm sure she was actually looking forward to having Elvis having his own family and settle down. It's quite unfortunate. He's never been sick, never gone to hospital. He's never ever been involved in anything. But the cruel hand of death has picked him. There's nothing you can say. We say that God's case, no appeal. Nothing we can do. Perhaps you may be surprised of the choice of color that we chose today. Many of you guys donned in black. Said, you know, we are going for a funeral and everybody must be in black today, looking at governor and all of us. I don't know where the new CS got the memo. He's in blue, Honorable Rocco. But the color blue that we chose, the significance of that color is spirituality, intuition, inspiration, and inner peace. We are at peace with the situation that we've been faced in. In healing process, it's actually used for coolness and calmness. And that is why we want to be calm. Just appreciate that there is nothing really we can do. We are all headed towards that direction. Allow me now to introduce my colleagues who are present before we move on to the next step. Kindly, members of the National Assembly, Kwanza, tusimame. Members of the National Assembly, not Senate. And we also have our colleagues, former colleagues, because I see Honorable Mary Wamboi, I see, who else have I seen? I see Honorable Mary Wamboi. Yeah, I think I'll introduce you after the rest. Thank you very much. So that I don't miss the names. Although I know all of you, I don't want to miss the names. You are a member of parliament. You've not even debated. Don't be so sure. We have the Honorable Naisula Lesuda, who was also the co-chair of the committee. Honorable Eve Obara, who was also the co-chair. She'll be speaking after me, of course, about the committee and everything. The Honorable Sabina Chege, she was here. She must have stepped out a little bit. The Honorable Mary Mainge, she's here. The Honorable Bensuda, the Honorable Dr. Christine, yeah, she's right there. The Honorable Marianne Kentam, fantastic. The Honorable Doris Donya, all these members have been involved in everything, the planning and in all the processes. The Honorable Jematia Florence, Baringo 1, of course, Esther Pasaris was here. The Honorable Ikana Fred, he's here. The Honorable Beatrice Kemei, she's right here. Kericho. The Honorable Ruku Joffrey, Mbeere North. Mbeere North. You are already calling him Waziri, man. You have a tough panel to face. The Honorable Martin. This is Martin Owino, yeah. He's here, he's right here with me. And then I think, okay, the Honorable Peter Orera, of course, had been introduced before. Now this is from the list. Now from what I see Busia 1, the Honorable Catherine Omayo, I see Irene Mayaka, I see Full Network Fatuma Migori, and I see East African member, the Honorable Maina Karobia. Yes, thank you very much. I think those are the honorable members who are here. Allow me to also introduce the senators and then invite the senator for Nairobi to speak on behalf. Or I invite the senator for Nairobi to introduce the senators, right? In any case, he's in leadership. But this is family. Anyway, the former members who are here, please. Former members who are here, who've come to condole with the... We have Simon Bogwa. Kama uko na fans, lakini ni kama mweka side moja bana. Simon Bogwa, thank you very much. The Honorable Mary Wamboi. That is the Honorable Judith.